You are now listening to Talk is Cheap FM. Brought to you by Bet the Tuesday.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker. But now we're going to switch it over, and we're going to talk about interracial relationships, right? I started this topic with a couple of people just to get kind of their ideas and maybe if they were in any kind of situations, you know, dating outside of their race or whatnot, or if they were a product of interracial relationships, right? All right, so I know this sounds crazy or whatnot, but I do consider myself mixed. Why? Because my dad's like straight from Nigeria, my mom's from the States. And the reason why I say I'm mixed is because I saw two different cultures, right? And I did see growing up how people, especially how people viewed Africans and how people viewed African Americans on both sides of the fence. Like how Africans viewed African Americans and vice versa. You know what I mean? And how they treated, how they are treated differently in society. Because even to this day, I see how Africans are treated differently than African Americans, especially like in corporate America. I see that. And maybe that's just me or whatnot, but I do consider myself mixed. Maybe I say it kind of as a joke or whatnot, because I relate to both sides. And that got me thinking a long time ago, like people who parents are like black and white, right? How do they really feel when they identify with one side or the other, right? Like, is being mixed your own race, or are you black because you have a drop of black blood in you? You know what I mean? Because that's what society would tell you. Like, you are black because you have black in you and you're not white. But you can't overlook your white side or whatever you're mixed with, right? So that kind of stems me from, like, that kind of like started me questioning interrelational relationships and how people feel about it. So you could take it. The floor is yours about this.
Okay, well, you just mean like how people feel, like how
just how do you feel about interracial relationships?
Oh, I don't have a problem with interracial relationships. It's the problem that I've come across within people I might meet on the street. Like, for example, people always ask, when you see a black man and a white woman, what do you think about that? Why is it that more black men are tending to lean towards white women instead of their own? And my own opinion with that is black men, the average, not trying to talk down on our people, but the average black man with the average black mom, most of our moms yell. Most of our moms, they're rough on us. Most of our moms, a lot of black households don't have a father figure. So that makes the mother have to be more and more tougher. So that means you'll have more aunts and more uncles. And even when you think about the side, families, the aunts don't have husbands, and your cousins and all y'all grow up, you see more women than you do men. All of the women, as kids, we look at them like, why are they so yelling so much? Why are they so combative to one another? Why is everything so hard around here? So then we start to grow up with that mentality. That's just my mom. That's just my family. They're like that. But then you get a taste of little Brittany over here. You see, Brittany's family is so calm. Brittany's family also has a father. Brittany's family, they're nice. They're sweet. So the average, I'll take average man and woman not being a true man and true women out there, because the true man and true women know the truth. But the average man and average woman are lost. So the average black male, he'll see that life and they'll want a taste of it, because it's something that's totally the opposite of what they're used to.
Yeah.
And then you start dating. Their family's so welcoming. You can relax. You can be a kid. You don't have your mom yelling down your back, do this, do that, do that. You got to be a man. You got to be this. And over here, it's just like you're a kid. You're free. Do whatever you want. So when you grow up and now you're a teenager, now you're a young man, and now you meet a young black woman, the first thing that's going to register in an average black man's mind is no. I'm not finna get with you for you to treat me like my mama did. I'm a grown man now. I can say what I want to do and what I'm not going to allow. You're just going to yell at me and put me down. So we're coming pre-programmed into a failing relationship. I always put it on the man. So we're coming already thinking that you're going to yell at me. You're going to tell me I have to be this. I have to be that. And even just to put more and more details out there, when you meet the average woman around our age, you know, in their 20s, they reciprocate how their mothers were. Because there wasn't a father figure in most black homes. It's sad, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
So they grow up, my mama was like this. So, boom, there's your number one role model, your mama. So now when you meet men, he don't call you back. What do you hear? And then, boom, now she grows up, that manifests. Now she's 24, treating black men like that. So
yeah.
What does that make the black man do? Run away.
Yeah, leave. It's a continuing cycle.
That's it.
It's a goddamn cycle.
It's cut. That's it.
Damn.
He's gone. So when you hear about it, they're like, yo, why don't you want to be the black girl? Oh, all they do is put me down and yell at me and say I ain't this and I'm trash and I'm this and I'm that. But it's a failure on both ends. The average man, the average woman. Because me, I'm more mature. You're more mature. So you can sit down and sit where you come from. Oh, you ain't got a daddy? You never had one? Okay, I see where you're coming from. Oh, your mom is the everything? I see where you're coming from.
Yeah,
but when you sit down, once again, as the man, you sit down and you break that tie, come down and say, look, I understand where you come from. I get it. You know, you never had a daddy figure. You had to be a strong, independent woman. But I'm also a strong, independent man. And there's things I'm not going to tolerate. You yelling, you put me down, we have places. And that comes down, once again, to a backdrop of the 5 requisites, what you will and won't allow.
Shit.
But when you sit down with black and white, you know, that's how you come pre-prepared. You're a 22-year-old black man getting raised. It's hard out here. We're dying in the streets. You got to be a brick. You got to be tough. You got to be stone cold. And then the average black woman is see that their single mother they grew up underneath their single mother and just yelling and bickering and putting men down. So now she's continuing the cycle of putting them down and talking down. You don't even know why you're doing it. All he did is not reply to you for 10 minutes, and now she know you he worthless and a deadbeat.
No,
it's a never-ending cycle.
It is, and it's crazy because I had both of my parents in my life. Thank God. But
exactly, thank God.
but I know it's crazy, and I think it's because my dad came from a different culture, right? So it's crazy how I saw two different atmospheres under one household, and then I could kind of go outside of like my home and see how society plays, you know, a part against, you know, with or against, you know, black and white people or whoever. I was always examining, you know, different situations, right? But my mom just naturally, I guess she just yelled. Like in the morning, I would wake up to her yelling and shit. And me growing up in that atmosphere, I was just like, shit, man. I can't. One thing I cannot have is a woman who yells and just bitches for no reason. I can't do that. I can't do that. And then I got so accustomed to that, like I feel fine living alone. And if when I do like, you know, decide to like have a girlfriend or not, like I would rather have her own place and me have my own place, because I want to wake up calm and just relax. You know what I mean? Like that's what I dreamt of when I was in high school. Like I don't want to wake up to like just somebody yelling. I don't want to do that. So that's crazy that you said that. Now tell me this, man. Like I hear this all the time about, you know, black dudes dating outside of their race or whatnot, and like black women. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm the type of black woman I'm into. I really like black women who grew up in a 2-parent home, right? Because they know what it's about, and I know that they had like a father influence, like in their life, and that does that. To be honest with you, in my eyes, that does make a difference. It really does, man. It really does. So I mean, and to be honest with you, I'm not even gonna segregate it to like black women, all women, because I've dated outside of my race where. Like, I've dated a couple of chicks, different races, who didn't have a father, or they had a rough relationship with their father, and look at me, I'm still single. It didn't work out, right? So, but just pertaining to black females, 2-parent home, smart, educated, or whatnot, right? But one thing I do hear a lot is that black women would say, like, you can't handle a strong sister like me.
I love it.
And I feel like they got it misconstrued, because a strong woman isn't a woman that, when she doesn't get her way, she yells and shit. Yeah, that's a little kid. That's what a little kid does, right? A strong woman, if when there's a rough patch, or if she had a bad day, she expects everybody around her to have a bad day. Like, that's not a real woman, and I find that most women who say that have those two traits, or two qualities about them that runs alongside with that dialogue. I don't know if you have ever experienced that, if you ever heard that shit, but like, I hear it all the time, and I feel like I don't know if sometimes, man, maybe I'm looking too deep into it, but I think like a lot of black women, like, deep down inside, they would rather compete with a man than try to complete a man. You know what I mean? And what I mean is, like, if their man just got a raise, they want a raise, which is all fine and dandy. But like, if they got a raise and their man doesn't get a raise or anything like that, or if she makes more money, she wants to like belittle the man or whatnot. And maybe that happens in all races. I don't know, but whenever I do talk to a lot of black women, I feel like they're always in competition with their man, their significant other. They want, how can I say, they want somebody with no backbone that they can control almost like a kid. And maybe that circulates with them watching their mom, or their single mom, if they grew up in that environment, Yeah,
I feel that's I hear that all the time. I feel my opinion on that is, number one, most of the black females, first of all, I love all black women, black, dark-skinned, light-skinned, fair-skinned, with a mole on their side. I love all of them.
Yeah.
But it's just that they grow, the ones with that type of mentality, you can't handle a strong, independent black woman. I'm too much for you. I automatically know that stimulates 9 times out of 10 from growing up without a father. Once again, the man wasn't there. He failed. So he ain't got a father. So you grow up. What a lot of black women think makes them strong and independent, the bills are paid. However many kids they got are fed. They have clothes. And they're in their own home. You give these attributes to the average woman that's black. They feel, especially if a man ain't there, the reason why they feel so strong and so empowered is because they are the man. And to a sense, that's true.
Yeah.
They are the man and the woman. So you have to be able to understand where they come from. They grew up in a home with no father, where their mother was the man and the woman. You got whooped by mommy and mommy twice because daddy wasn't there. You got scolded twice. So mama was everything. So when you put this type of mentality from a 48-year-old to a 24-year-old, because a 24 average-year-old black woman is ignorant, not stupid. She's ignorant. She ain't got no maturity in life. Any 24-year-old woman, just to say and plant the field fairly, you ain't got that much time, so you don't know. All you are doing is reciprocating how you grew up. So she's 24 years old with that type of mentality, that's why she feels that way. And like you said, they like to compete. Yes, that's 100% true. Because when they meet a man, randomly, she meets a man, and boom, my name is so-and-so, you're so-and-so. So it's a competition because now here you are as this young black woman with this fiery intensity, don't know what it stimulates from or how it's been instilled within you. You have this, undeserved sense of, care and put yourself so high that now here it is a man exerting himself as being a man, and naturally we as men come with power.
Yeah.
I don't care where you are in the world, you're a man, you come with a form of power. You just got to unlock it. So now here you are as a powerful to whatever degree man, and you got this woman with power. So yeah, she's competing with you because now she feel like she found an equal. But we're not equal. We're unequally equal. I am still a man. You are still a woman. You're not going to treat me like I'm beneath you. You're not going to treat me like you're better than me. Not saying that I'm better or above you, but we are what we are. And women, black women that come from those broken homes to where they look up to the mom being both roles, when they're finally faced with a man, that's just a man, and they try to inflict this upon him, they scare him away. Not scare like he's like, oh, I'm afraid. You scare him away like, I don't want to be involved, because you have this deluded mindset that you're just like reign in terror of the world because your mom did it for 40 years. So now you think that you have the same power when actually your mom actually went through the struggles, the trials and tribulations, and that is why she's that way. You don't even have kids. You're pregnant 2 months, and you're going to make every man feel like they're beneath you because your mom did that. But where's the average black single woman's mom at? Still single. That should speak for itself.
Man,
but see, they don't look out. They don't look outside the whole, peripheral. They just look straight one level down this tunnel vision. You think that if your mom was this strong of an individual, I don't need no man. I depend on myself. Blah blah blah. I'm strong alone. You can't tell me she feels good at night in that big bed with her bills paid and her children away from the home. She is lonely. She is brokenhearted and she is sad. And if she was real with herself, and just like me, and we get lonely, I get lonely. I get sad. I get brokenhearted. So I know you feel it when you're a woman and you think naturally out of your chest. But society is out here making it seem like you are what you have to be. You can't be yourself. You can't say, I'm sad, I need a man. Them years of yelling didn't work. I'm sad, I need a woman. Them years of looking for big booties didn't work. No, they just carry that platform to their death.
Damn.
In my opinion.
No, shit. No, you kind of took my next talking point about like whenever a good black woman finds like a strong man, but she grew up in that environment where she always saw the single mothers, how she pushes that dude away. Because that was my theory. Like most of them probably did find that strong brother, but they push him away. But then whenever he bounces out and finds, another female and perhaps another female outside of the race, she's mad, right?
Yep.
And how do you feel about, because I see this a lot, where whenever a black dude is dating outside of his race, he's getting shunned, he's getting, they're trying to shame him, blase. But if a black female does the exact same thing, she's getting praised. Have you kind of looked into that, or have you noticed that?
I notice that all the time. My opinion with that is that I feel like I had this talk with a guy in San Diego. The reason, when you look at interracial with men and women, vice versa, when black men get with a white woman, the people that are mad is the white men, because the white men don't want you racist. Because let's pull it down raw. The white men don't want you with their white women. But when you look at white women get mad, they're not mad because the white women that want white men, that white lady's off the market. That means she gets to be with more white men. So you're helping her. Flip it. With black women and white men, when you look at who's mad, the white woman is mad, not the white man. Because the more white couples I've come to talk to, they treat each other like crap. Just like with the black home. Black man, black woman, usually, there's where we come from. This, and this. But me and you, we know where it comes from because we're black. But when you look at white couples, they have their own internal struggles with their race too. So when they get into it, Tom and Rebecca don't work, and Tom finds a Shaniqua. We're brand new to him. So they love it. So yeah, the person who gets mad is the white women because you're taking the white men away. Versus, the black men, we're looking at it like take her away because we don't want the black women. It's a cold twist on it.
Damn.
I feel like the reason why black men are shunned, we're only shunned by our own kind. Just like white women and men, they're only shunned by their own kind. The only people who shuns black men for being with white women is black women. The only people who shun white women and white men for being with them is their own. But when you look deep into the hearts of people, it comes from, one, how you were raised, your background, how your upbringing, and was there a man present? And hey, that's my opinion.
You know what? Man, I don't know what to say because I was gonna piggyback off of whatever you would say, and I was gonna say that I find that when black dudes see black women with like white man, Chinese or whatever, like black dudes really don't care. Like we're just like, okay,
like,
it is.
Take them off our hands.
Yeah, it is what it is, because we're out here doing our thing too, but. Just like you said, like black women, they just get infuriated with it. You know what I mean? And you know what? It was almost to the point with me where I hardly saw any black men like get mad over interracial relationships. But I did have a conversation. I did see a couple of situations where black men did get upset, and it was usually like either pro black men or black man that was in a relationship with a black woman, right? And I'm just like, okay, maybe there's something. Of course, I get the pro black part, but the black man with the black woman, like, why would he get like, if he's not pro? Let's just say he's not pro black, right? Why would he be upset if he's already in a relationship? I know there's probably. That's kind of how I break things down. I know kind of the obvious answers, but is it a deeper situation? I'm always looking into a deeper situation.
No, I think at the end of the day, whether we want to say that racism doesn't exist, I don't even think it's really racism. But you are the color you are. Like just saying what color you are, that's your color. So a black man that loves black women, don't matter where he comes from. If black woman is his, cup of tea, he loves black women. He's gonna have a black woman. He's gonna have little black babies. White man, white woman, not racist. They want little white babies. That's their cup of tea. They want something of their own image. They want a full-fledged. I want a little me. I don't want a lighter me. I don't want a darker me. I want a me. You're not racist for that. And you have. You love what you love, you don't like what you like. But as long as you're saying I don't look down upon it, I just want my own little brown babies. If you have white babies and black babies, I love them too, but I want little brown babies. So yeah, I feel like with a black man, white man, whatever, with that kind of mindset, seeing interracial relationships will break their heart because they're looking at it from their color aspect.
Yeah,
they look at it like, you're not making more full-blooded black babies. You're making more not full-blooded black babies. Don't you want more full U's? You want full browns, full whites, full blacks. It's not saying you're racist. That's not racist.
No, that isn't racist.
I don't... Who?
Huh?
I didn't hear you.
Oh, I said no, that isn't racist at all.
Yeah. It's only if you say, I don't like white babies. I don't like brown babies. If you want everybody to have their babies, then you have your babies. So from a black man loving black women, and getting mad about that, that's why I feel, my opinion, why they would get mad, because you're, to a certain extent, you're exterminating the full black blood. And that's how they would get mad. Not even on a racist point. It's just about they want to reciprocate full-blooded blacks and full-blooded browns and full-blooded whites. My opinion.
Do you think? But here's a crazy thing though. And this is the damn, what's the word? This is another issue to throw in there. Mixed babies, right? So one, do you consider, let's just go with the obvious, black and white or black and a Mexican or anything. Do you consider a product of an interracial relationship their own race, or do you believe that they're simply just black or whatever they are?
I look at it like kind of like how the law does. Until you get to 18, you got to make a choice. You know, of course, you always are. You're black and you're white, but you're gonna be leaning towards one side. You know, if you put it on the table, if you're black and white, you're either gonna act more white, or I hate saying you can act a color, but you know, you're gonna either be more African American or you're gonna act more Caucasian. And I feel like whichever one that you feel in your heart that you lean toward, I just feel like you should say that one first. Like if I'm white and black, but all I do is hang out with my white family, we go golfing, I wore my tees to the top, I don't put nothing in my hair, then I'm white and black. If it's vice versa, you don't skateboard, you wear Jordans, you listen to rap music, you know, y'all chest lock in the bathroom, I'm black and white. It's not saying that you don't belong to both, but there still is a PowerPoint here. Do you want to be known more white than black or more black than white? Again, it's not racist, it's just where you fall in your heart. Me, I'm black and Mexican or of Latino descent because my mom doesn't know. That's another story. But so when I tell people, because I don't know, once again, I didn't have a father, and I was raised by my grandma though. But so when I tell people what I am, I'm black and Latino because I don't know my Latino family. If I had came up with them, then I would say I'm Latino and black. How many times have you met a black and Mexican girl and they were straight up with their Mexican family? They say, I'm Mexican and black. Subconsciously, you put your best foot forward. So that's how I feel. Like 18, you got to make a choice. It's not saying you're wrong unless you just straight eliminate the other choice, which you can't. You be lying to yourself. But you just put whichever one you feel more comfortable in your heart first. So I'm black and Latino.
Man, listen. Yeah, that's a good point of view, man. That's something that I didn't think of. I haven't thought of that point of view. So I'm gonna really let that marinate. I'm gonna sleep on that. But I don't see a problem for what you said, and that is true. Like I tend to see people lean into who, you know, kind of they grow around, you know, because don't get it twisted. I've seen like a mixed chick who was mixed with white and black, but she was brought up like within like the white side of her family, so she was prone to lean towards her being more white. And I saw the conflict within other black chicks and everything, because she didn't look white or whatnot, but that's what she associated herself with. So there's a lot of truth to what you just said, and I'm gonna let that marinate and just think about that more. You know what I mean? So do you think that there's how can I phrase this? The black and white chicks, right? Do you think that there's a separation that still stems from, like, I guess, slavery between like mixed chicks and, like, I would say, like, I guess full black chicks, you know? Do you see like there's internal beef in that, especially if more dudes gravitate? And it's not, I guess it wouldn't be necessarily interracial relationship, but dudes gravitating more to, like, I guess the more light skinned female than the dark skin.
I feel like, my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel the way the conflict comes about is, just to put facts on the table. You have to be into black women to love everything about a black woman. You have to be into white women to love everything about a white woman, vice versa for men. Just putting that on the table. I think all of God's children are the same, we're all beautiful. So when you mix the black and white, you get the best sides. It's kind of like you mix, with the yin and yang, you mix black and white, you get gray. It's something totally new. So you might not get, African Americans were more prone of a larger nose, whereas a white woman, they're more prone of a little sharp nose. You mix the two, it comes out with like the perfect mixture. Black men, black women, we got darker eyes. White people, they have brighter eyes. You mix the two, you get a bright brown. So I feel like the hatred that mixed breed children get is because you look like you're more beautiful. Everything is all off what you can see. And beauty doesn't mean nothing. But you'll have more better looking features than both sides. You might have a smaller nose, so black women and men might not like it. You might have darker eyes, so white women might not like it. You got darker hair, it ain't blonde. They might not like that. But your hair ain't jet black, so we might not like that. That's just speaking on, the mixtures with that. So there's only hatred, but then again, the average man and the average woman is ignorant. They're not stupid, they're ignorant. So with slavery, coming into points like that, it's just going to be out there like, you don't know because you don't know how it feels to be a full-blooded black woman and go through the hardships because you're white.
Exactly.
And it's like, that's true to a certain degree, because fair skin, you can play both sides of the field, especially a woman. A man, if you got, like you said, a drop of black, you're black. And it's messed up, but men and women are totally different. Men look at women for what we can gain out of you. And it all falls on beauty. So, jobs don't mean nothing, because if you're beautiful, we don't care where you work. So, if you see a light-skinned woman that's black and white, of course, black women is going to hate on them and look down on them, because a full-blooded black woman might have that larger nose. She might not be appealing to Tom and to John and to Bill, but she's appealing only to the black culture. Whereas even on the flip side, a light-skinned woman, she would also appeal to the white men too. So that would make the full-blooded white women like, that's messed up. She's mixed with black. Of course her hair is thicker than mine. I don't have a big booty because I'm full-blooded white. So you get hate from both sides.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it is what it is. But then again, people are ignorant. It's what you can see.
As a visual creature, like, I love women, all types of women, and I definitely love black women. But I love, like, really, really, really dark black women. I'm talking about darker than Michael Blackston, way out, because their skin is just like so flawless. I love that shit. I really do. And I just want to throw that out there. So if there's any like real dark women out there who feel like they're not being loved, listen, I love you. I really do. It just does something to me. It just does something. It's almost like this, because I hear a lot of white women say, "Oh, whenever I lay my hand against his on the bed, like it's like I see the contrast, right?" And I'm dark, but I'm not super dark, and I feel the same way. Like whenever I'm laying against like a real dark sister, like I see like, damn, this melanin just does something to me. But tell me this, with the jealousy between, because you said there's jealousy on both sides whenever like a mixed person comes to the situation, but the cousin of jealousy is resentment, right? So do you think that whenever a full black female sees a mixed woman, I guess, pull all the dudes, she kind of resents her melanin, and she probably wants to have her offspring with a better situation, so she'll go out to She might not go as far as like dating a white dude, but maybe a more light skinned dude, just so she could have, a baby with, almost that skin tone that she doesn't have and that hair she doesn't have. Do you think there's like a psychological factor in seeing the outcome, how people treat the outcome of like an interracial person?
Yeah, definitely. In my opinion, at the end of the day, whether it's people like to believe it or not, mixed babies are the most beautiful babies on the planet. It is what it is. And mixed babies are in such a high demand. They want, the features of a mixed baby, the hair, the skin color, the right tone of melanin. You can't burn, but you're not white. And you got the body, the structure. You got the females. You got all of it. You got the breasts from the white women. You got the booty from the black women. It's like you're a mixture of all of it. So I definitely think that's definitely something in the back of a woman's mind. But then again, it also comes down to how well that woman loves herself. Self-love is at the top of every single one of these lists. Because when you come across you yourself, you come and you meet that very dark-skinned woman, you see that contrast, she loves herself. So when she sees mixed babies, there's just like any baby to her. Like, yeah, that's a pretty baby, that's a cute baby. I make pretty and cute babies too, But if you don't have that self-love to yourself, and you're the average man, the average woman, then yeah, you're going to go out there and you're going to want that, especially a woman. Because everything that a woman wants is beauty. She wants that pretty baby to be in their light, to be a pretty family, to have a pretty looking life. But it's just looks. But then again, that small percentage of real men and real women, they know it's just a black baby and a white baby. That's it. My baby's beautiful too, even if it ain't got green eyes. Your baby's got green eyes. It's beautiful. Your baby got soft hair. My baby got coarse hair. They're both the same.
Yeah.
But people who go and attack that realm of that's what I want. I want a mixed baby. I want my baby to have both sides. I don't want them to just be black. You have to have your own self-love. Yeah. And if you don't love yourself enough to want that, then yeah, you're going to want to venture out and you're going to want something better of a child because you don't love yourself 100%, my opinion.
Yeah. And I find, man, and I know, man, it's fucked up to say, but I find that even though that we praise, well, I'm going to speak for myself since like I'm black, like I'm from African and African American descent. Like us as black folks, we praise melanin, but we backhand people who are dark, and I never understood that.
Society.
But but here's the thing, like me growing up, like I dated like in high school and college, like I dated black chicks, white chicks, Latin chicks, right? But me growing up, like, black chicks would make fun of me being black and also me being African, right? Mm-hmm. But then the white chicks loved it. Like, they love, like, I don't know what it is with white folks, but they always want to touch your hair and shit. Like, chicks would touch my hair, just look at my skin and just say, compliment me on my skin and how soft it was, right? But yeah, exactly. But then, like, the black chicks that, I'm naturally attracted to, like, fucking one of the light-skinned dudes that were mixed and shit. And, like, I'm just like, all right, that's whatever. I'm just gonna just go with the flow. You know what I mean? So, why is it, do you think that black people, on one hand, love the color of their skin and have that, that pride, the black pride, like melanin is power and everything. But but on the other side, the opposite side of the coin, that's what they use to put you down with. That's what they use to justify how beautiful you are.
I feel like, of course, with what you said with white and black, I agree with that 100%. What I feel about how the women would put you down for being black and then go out and get someone lighter. It's sad to say, but racism is powerful. Every race on this planet knows how bad the black male gets treated. It don't matter who it is. Your mama knows, your grandma knows, your cousins know that. A black man has the hardest time in this world. It's because of racism. It ain't even got nothing to do with him. But the skin you were born into, you're a black man, especially of darker complexion, you have it harder. And it's sad. It's sad. And sometimes, even I feel bad for I have a little brother that's dark. And he gets so much shade from people. And sometimes I feel bad for him. So I know that if me as a man feels bad for another man, I know that a woman will go more toward a lighter man, because if she had a child, her child wouldn't face the ridicule you get. His child wouldn't feel the way you feel every day. He wouldn't get looked at the way you get looked at every day, because he would be of a lighter, more fair complexion, which means he has a higher chance of surviving in this world. And when women think about babies, they think about the best babies with the best man for the best outcome. Why would she want the average? Why would a woman want to have a dark-skinned son and watch him go through all the trials and torment that they see their brother go through, or their uncle, or their daddy? So on that coin, that's why I feel, in my opinion, they will lean toward more a brighter man, because they would have brighter kids. Now, to put you down, to put us down as men, why they would put us down and make fun of us on the same token is because they know it's true. It's true. It's messed up, but it's true. They know if they say, that's why you're dark. You know what? You're this and you're that because you're black. You're this and you're never this because you're dark. Nobody likes, because life, the world, human mankind has put that stigma on a black, darker male. So telling you something you know from your own kind hurts the most. If your friend's mom said you were dumb, you'd be like, that's what your mama feels. I don't care. Your mama dumb too. You wouldn't care. But if your own mama told you was dumb, it would hurt more, because it's your own kind telling you this. Your own mom told you this. So when you're looking for a counterpart in life, and you go to your own black sister, own black queen, and she downs you, it hurts. If a white woman says, that's why, because you're black, you would laugh. You'd be like, yeah, but you like my hair, you like my skin, you want a baby with me, though. That don't hurt. Whatever. I'll stay looking black. But when a black woman puts you down, it's like, wow, why would you do that? We're the same. But we're not the same. Because they're a woman. We're men. They're looked at, sexually, anywhere they go. So to an extent, they're wanted by every man. We're not wanted by every woman. Yeah. It is what it is, in my opinion.
When you say we're not wanted, I don't know. I think black dudes are wanted by every woman, though. To a point. I think if we look at
to a certain degree.
I think if we look, this is what I'm going to say. This is what I'm going to compare it to. I'm going to compare it to the black woman and the black man. I think on the market, on the sexual marketplace, right? I think a black man is it's looked at with more attraction than black women.
True.
So that's why I say, we might not compare it to like white dudes or other dudes out there or whatnot, but when we kind of keep it in the black realm and we look at like who you'll see more black dudes with like white women, Asian women, Latin women, than black chicks with white men, Asian men, and white men or whatnot. Black dudes, I think we can easily, move through life with outside of our race than black women can.
Yeah, that's why I say in my opinion, that's why I say it's like, it's an individual basis, because
yeah.
I was telling, I speak to most of my little brothers because I don't want them to be like the average man. So I tell them there's two different type of men when it comes to black men. You got black men and you got niggas. You don't have, you know, it's messed up. I feel like don't no other race have that type of stigma. Because, like you said, black men could be wanted. If you're upstanding, good, you know, sharp-looking black man, yeah, you're wanted. You look like you would be a powerful piece. You can stand bold and proud. I'm a black man. Then you got a nigga. What do niggas come with? Niggas come with felonies. They come with aggression. They come with setbacks. They come with domestic violence. They come with cursing. They come with, you know, child abandonment issues. They come with, you know, putting women down. They come with drug abuse. They come with, you know, niggas come with that. Yeah. Whereas a black man, once you made it out of that, now you're like, I'm going to live right. I don't need 40 ounces. I don't need to smoke weed. I don't need to smoke crack. I don't hit women. Every girl ain't a bitch. I treat women with respect. You're a black man, you know?
Ooh, man.
Continue.
When
you bring your nigger friends around, you know, people tend to fray away from that. They're like, yo, like, why did you bring DeMarcus over here and he running from the cops? Like, but that's my cousin. Then it's like people kind of fall off. People don't like niggas. They like black men. But it seems like more black men are trying to be niggas instead of black men.
Well, here's the thing. Okay. Oh, shit. You said a whole lot of shit, bro. All right. Man, you kind of sound like Chris Rock right now. Black folks and niggas. All right. So tell me this. And I'm this might be a blanket statement, right? And it might or it might be true. But are black women more attracted to niggas than black men? And are white women or other females that are not black attracted to more black men than niggas? And I guess, how do black men view the average black female? I guess that's a two-part question. So first question is that do black females go after
black
niggas? Yeah.
I feel like on both of those, they go to niggas. It's sad, but it goes back to what we was talking about what a man wants. So the black man might be upstanding. He might look good. He might sound good. He might come correct. But remember, the average man and the average woman is ignorant. So when this black man reveals to his woman and cries because he's in touch with his sensitive side, because that is a man can cry. So when he cries to his woman, what does that get looked at? You're weak. How many niggas cry? I don't even know a nigga that cries. Niggas don't even tolerate tears. You might get beat up crying around a bunch of niggas. So when women see niggas and they look at black men, the black man could have so many, I'm just saying, like, the more, not everybody, but the more, they will pour into niggas because they be like, yeah, nobody's perfect. He might have a felony and he might be a little rough around the edges, but he's strong. He confident, he bold, and he can protect me. Okay, then you flip it. Remember, this is ignorant speaking, but most people are ignorant. When you flip it and look at the black man, he looks good, takes care of himself. What does he want? He wants a strong woman. I'll protect you when I have to. Other than that, you need to stand your ground. He'll be there for you when he must. Other than that, you have to be independent on your own. He will provide for you. Other than that, you need to come with your own type of providing as well. He's strong too, but you also need to have a backbone as a woman and can take things just as he can. Whereas the nigga's just gonna do it all. So yeah, when you look at them side by side, that's why people are running to niggas. Because they think that this type of black man over here is weak. Because he cries. He's affectionate. He needs time. He needs devotion. You got to talk it out with him. Now, see, women don't like it when you attack them. They just want you to attack men. But nah, women are just as faulty as men are. They'll have all of that. They'll have a whole God-given man and will let it go. Because he cries. He needs affection too. He gets lonely too. You got to talk to him too. You also need to ask him about his day too. He gets stressed out too. He gets worried too. Whereas a nigga, he acts like don't shit bother him. Excuse me. He acts like don't nothing bother him. What about your bills, Tyrone? I ain't got no bills. They getting paid. Oh, I like that. What about your mama? She just died. She's supposed to die. That's life. Hey, that's kind of bold. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What about that felony charge? I ain't worried about the courts. Fuck the judge. Damn, that's some strength right there. Then he'll go home and cry in secrecy.
Yeah.
Or he'll cry to that black man brother of his.
Yeah.
Like mine do with me. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you're okay, man. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
But that's why I feel like, in my opinion, why they go more toward
man, you said a whole lot of shit. Man, I should have had you on some earlier podcast interviews, man, because I talked about like what was it? What was the subject? I think masculine vulnerability, right? Like, is it safe to open up like in front of your significant other and everything like that? And I talk to a lot of people, and the way I see about it is like in this day and age, man, I feel like a lot of females are so much of a savage that it's not even safe to open up to them, and it's safer to open up to other dudes and talk to them because they know what the fuck you're going through, because how society is and everything. You can't be vulnerable because she's gonna lose respect for you, right? It's almost like a double-edged sword. Like the realest niggas that the realest people that I know, they're tough and shit, but also they're not tough all the time. You know what I mean? I have cousins who are from Chicago that are thugs. I mean, like, real shit, right? I don't like to talk about it, but like when they're amongst family and they're sons and daughters, they don't show that. They don't show that, and they did find females who appreciate that they know that, you know, when times get tough and shit hits the fan, that they can flip that switch, but they don't show that shit all the time. You know what I mean? So I do avoid people who show that macho shit 24/7, because it can't be like that all the time. You can't eat cereal and be mad. You can't brush your teeth and be mean mugging yourself in the goddamn mirror. That's not cool. You know, maybe if you're in an environment in prison where you got to be on your P's and Q's all 24/7, but when you're walking around in today's society, like, you know, I mean, maybe you just don't trust people, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I think females gravitate to people like that because they feel like that's more masculine. That's the alpha male. You know what I mean? They're on one mode and one mode only. And most of the times, those are not the alpha males. The alpha males is the dudes that, you know,
cry.
Yeah, and they do what they still do what they do, but they show more than just one or two emotions. You know what I mean?
That's why I say the average man and the average woman is ignorant.
It's crazy. Shit is crazy, man. Shit is crazy. Man, we're gonna wrap it up, man. Is there any last thing? And we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to have you on again, man, because your conversation is crazy, bro. Like, you got a lot of good information, and I'm learning just listening to you. You know, I like to listen. I like to listen to other people's point of views and try to, you know, kind of focus it on mine and see if I can find any differences or how I can broaden, you know, my way of thinking. But I appreciate you being on the show. Is there any I guess last words about, you know, what men want in relationships, or just any advice you want to give to the people out here that's listening?
Yeah, I guess I would leave it with, never be afraid to be yourself. Don't matter how nobody feels. Don't matter what man don't like it, what woman don't like it. Always be who you are. Don't try to be like anyone else. You'll fail. Stay true to yourself. love yourself. Love everything about yourself. Love your setbacks as much as your attributes. Reciprocate love. Love everybody. Learn. Forgive. Find your faith. Stay strong in your morals and your beliefs. And above all, be true to yourself.
God damn. Listen, you've done this before. This is not rehearsed. People might think that this is rehearsed and I chopped up the audio. No, this is just straight raw. So, man, thank you. Hopefully, I can have you back on pretty soon. And I'm going to close this pot. Huh?
I was going to say, you mind if I shout out my Instagram?
Oh, yeah. Do all your shout outs, man, before I close it out.
My Instagram is 10K legit, 10K legit. Add me right now. I'm coming up kind of on the low because of how I speak and my poetry and my views on life and my music.
All right, and I'll have all of his information under this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to myself and to my guests today. And let me know if you want them back on and everything like that. I'm gonna close this joint out like how I always close it, by saying, teach people how to treat you. Sometimes you have to reteach people how to treat you. And also what my grandma still tells me to this day is love everybody but trust no one. I'm your host, Baba Tuesday, and we are out. Peace.
Peace.